and that's what I've seen from that group.
When people said, why doesn't he name a starter right now? Why doesn't he name it in minicamp? And I kind of sat back and thought, well, I would think it would be tough to name one right now. It's like touch football in minicamp. I mean, and OTAs. You're not in pads. You're not hitting. So you're going to use everything to let it play out, including a couple of the preseason games.
And this is a process of getting to know all the players here, and training camp is that final step before the season in getting to know the players. You have to see how they operate in your system. You have to see how they operate in the system against opponents. And you try to take as much information as you can from last year's tape or the year before's tape or college tape. You look at all of those different things. You look at the mini camps, the OTAs. That's another part of the equation. But this period here is where you get to see them against opponents. You get to see them in a more intense environment. And a lot of information comes from that that'll help the decision.
But that isn't the only battle, right, that we should be focused in on. It's the glamour battle. Of course, it's a quarterback in the NFL. Who's going to be the starting quarterback for the Browns? And you've got a guy that was a Pro Bowler, and you got a kid that was a great college quarterback. But there are other things there are other position battles that will be unique here, won't there?
Everybody's competing, and everybody has to show that they can help us win and what their role will be. And when they establish those things, where they'll fit will be clarified.
Eric, real quickly, we talked about your draft class and the characteristics that you looked for when you took those kids and brought them to the Browns. In your free agent class, though, you must be proud of that, and you brought with you players that you knew that played for you with the Jets.
There was a familiarity with a lot of the players that we brought in, but we brought in players from other systems as well. And when you're going through that process, you're trying to improve depth, you're trying to improve competition, and that's really what we're looking for. Having guys that are familiar with the system, I think, is valuable. Having players that are familiar with myself and some of the other members of the coaching staff, that helps too, because they can facilitate information in the locker room. We can get past some hurdles that may be there if you didn't have players that other guys could talk to.
When we come back, we'll have some final thoughts as we wrap up this Browns STO one-on-one with Browns head coach Eric Mangini after this time out. Back on Browns one-on-one with Browns head coach Eric Mangini. You have 3 sons named after, and in their names, right, you've dedicated some of it to former players or people in your coaching career. Rodney Harrison from the Patriots, Bill Belichick, and Brett Favre, right? Your last son was born on his 39th birthday?
That's right. That's right.
If this interview, if you feel it goes well and there's another Mangini son, is there a James?
Well, we could talk about it. That initially when Jake was born, we were talking about names, and Rodney and I had a tremendous relationship in New England, and he helped me grow as a coach and as a person, and we were joking about the name Rodney Harrison, and Julie said, I really love Harrison. So it became Jake Harrison, Bill, and the things that he taught me and the help that he's given me throughout my career, and the things I've just been able to learn from him, obviously extremely important in being here today. So it was a natural Luke, William. And then with Brett, when we were discussing him coming to the Jets, I told him that each son had the middle name of someone that was very instrumental in my career, and I anticipated that he would be. And so I promised that it would be middle name Brett.
You have a tremendous foundation that you've put a lot of work into, that a young kid was coming to school, that your sister or sister-in-law?
Sister-in-law.
Sister-in-law was a teacher, and this kid was coming to school and needed some help, and that kind of spearheaded this foundation that you have back in Connecticut, right, that has run a football camp for a lot of kids to come and learn some skills.
That's one of the things that we do. The mission statement of the foundation is to increase opportunities for under-resourced kids. It started with a little boy named Kelsey who was going to school in his pajamas, and my brother and I thought that we had to help. Mm-hmm. And Kelsey was the first little boy that we were able to do that for. Then we started the foundation, and we do the camp. We also give away mini grants to teachers to do some projects that may not be within their budget, computers to 27 this year, to graduating seniors to help them in college, and we'll do some capital improvement projects as well. So a lot of things that I've been very proud of, and it's named after my father, and Kyle and I and my family thought the best way to honor him was to keep his memory alive through good, really good acts in his name.
What is, in our final question to you, your mission statement for your Browns this year?
The most important thing to me is that we make progress every day, and it's going to look different. Sometimes it's going to be significant, and sometimes it's going to be a lot smaller. But I want us to collectively be able to get a little bit better each day, and individually I'm going to ask the players to focus on skill sets that they can get a little bit better at each day. And if we make good decisions and improve in that style, then hopefully we can have that same sort of avalanche that we had in New England.
Boy, that would be great, and good luck on that mission.
Thank you very much.
It's been great being with Browns head coach Eric Mangini here on a very special Browns one-on-one here on Sports Time Ohio. Now for the coach, I'm Jim Donovan. Thanks for being with us, everybody.